this video, I wanted to kind of go over the AirBNB campsite thing I was trying to do on a piece of property. Well, we have, and so I went up to the county and spoke to them. They basically told me I had to fill out a TRT, Technical Review Team information sheet. So this will just get all your information, the land, zoning use, what you plan to do, hours of operation, how many campsites you want to put on the property, and then on the back it's like 4 sheets, and it'll have a little map. You can just kind of just draw out where the tents are going to be located, where your composting toilets are going to be. In our county, the health department requires composting toilets. You can't have a porta john on your camping site. It's $500 to fill out the sheet and submit it. Usually it takes about a month or 2 when they do the public hearings. So they didn't even schedule me. I wasn't even on the schedule. I filed in February. Should have been March. I showed up March, and they're like, "You're not even on the schedule." So it got pushed back till June 1st. And then what they'll do is they'll send out a letter to all the neighbors in a 15-mile radius of the property with your intentions on what you plan to do with the property. So I highly recommend to speak to all the neighbors and let them know what it is you're planning to do. I did not do that, so that was my mistake. So if you talk to them before they get this letter, that this real professional coming from the county, might scare them. They might think, you're bringing in Yogi Bear theme park or King's Dominion in their backyard, so then they might not want that. So they're going to show up to the hearing, and then they can state their concerns and and try to fight it. In my case, 15 or 20 neighbors showed up. I mean, their family members showed up. Family members showed up. Girlfriends, boyfriends of distant relatives. I mean, everyone was here at this meeting. And they were all protesting it. They didn't want it. So it opened my eyes. And, long story short, it got denied. It was a waste of $500. I done put a road in, $10,000 road out there, so the fire trucks and ambulances access it, because there's a lot of stipulations that you may not realize before. You may not realize it now, and you're looking for a property because you saw a YouTube video where these people were making all this money on these glamping sites. Well, let me tell you something. It's not that easy. It's not going to be that easy. So I made some mistakes. I didn't have a great presentation. I didn't speak with the neighbors. And I guess I really wasn't that prepared for that kind of fight going into it. So my suggestion would be, speak to all the neighbors first. Let them know what you're trying to do. That may put them at ease. Like, I was only going for 2 campsites. And we were going to run like Thursday through Sunday. You could go for a campground, which would be 15 sites on RVs and stuff like that. I should have went for something like that, and then it would have been a better negotiating tactic, because they could say, well, we can't give you that, but we'll meet in the middle and make everyone happy, and we'll give you the 2 tents. So I should have went big, but I didn't. My mistake. But hey, hopefully, this video might open some people's eyes before you go out and spend $300,000 or $400,000 on a piece of land thinking you're going to do this. It's not that easy. So keep that in mind. Hope this helps. I'm gonna take you out to the property and show you kind of the layout. There's only one neighbor that could see the property. Everyone else is just, they live, you know, far away. It wouldn't have inconvenienced them at all, but they're older people, and I guess it scared them. So yeah, I'll take y'all out there so I can show you the property and, you know, what it had to offer. And you know, you can say, wow, this, you know, I would have thought this place would have definitely been approved, and nope. So over here, and it goes, the property line goes up through here, and down a little dirt gravel road, but your fire trucks can access it, ambulances can get in here just in case of an emergency. This is the road I had put in, just a little gravel road. One of the concerns, requests, was people coming on to crossing the property lines and stuff, so I had to put up no trespassing signs up through there. That might be one of the requirements, you know, you gotta fulfill. But this is the road, and then right out in here was going to be the first campsite. On. So down here, I just cleared off this little spot here, so you know you could, you know, have lunch or eat here, and then that was the outhouse I had built, and then got a nice little creek flows through. Put a bridge up. And another thing I wanted to add is your tents or wherever you're going to put your camping site has to be 50 feet off the property line, the bordering property line. So keep that in mind if you're going to try to do this. I'll show you where I was going to put it, and then so right here's the property line, fence goes down through here, and I cleared off all this. I was going to put the, you know, a yurt style tent right in here, but it's too close to the property line, so I cleared off a spot over here. And was going to put a tent here. And then they told me that it was in a flood zone. The tent would have been in a flood zone. So I had to fight them about that, because this is a wet weather stream, so it dries up, and since I can remember, it's never gotten up into here. But I guess it could, so. All right, so this is another little trail, goes back to another campsite that I cleared some space for. So the campers kind of weren't on top of each other. They had space and their own privacy.
This is just a pipe. But I mean, as you can tell, it's a big piece of property. It'd be perfect for camping and stuff. There's 900 Airbnbs in the county, and why mine got denied, I don't really know. I think it's more politics. You know, one person was going for it, and you know, 25 people were up there protesting it. So, and this was going to be another little campsite, you know, back to where you got your privacy and you're just, you know, 100 feet away from the pond, and you could fish, and if you needed to go to the restroom, wasn't too far. But like I said, it goes all the way up over there, and you know, there's some hiking trails I put in so you can hike back through the property and keep going. It goes all the way back, and there's just trails throughout the property. And that's about it. I really hope this video helps you and gives you some things to keep in mind if you're gonna try to do something like this. Eventually, I think I'm gonna go back and try it again. You never know what'll happen. I called them and said, you know, what can I do with the property? And they said you could put a house on a 4-bedroom house. So I don't know what we'll do. But if you like videos like this, and you know, I'm all over the place, real estate, you know, building stuff. The next thing I'm gonna do is a tiny home. So if you like that kind of content, you know, subscribe to the channel and, you know, follow along. Until next video.